Ila, an island of peat and smoke, wildlife and wild weather, and some of the most iconic whisky distilleries on the planet. My brother and I will be exploring this island and visiting all 10 of Isla's working distilleries, but with only 3 days to do it. Welcome back to the Unnamed Whisky Show.
That's a challenge, isn't it? That's a whisky challenge.
Drink a shot for every person that waves at us.
Now obviously that's not a good idea, but 10 distilleries in 3 days is a perfect recipe for a dram session. But with such a short timeline, and with me experiencing my first visit to the island, we devised a set of challenges to go alongside visiting all 10. On the list are wholesome activities to make sure we really soak in island culture, as well as its spirit. It will also protect Matt's driving licence. As a veteran tourist here, he'll be doing all the driving. And with our first few moments on the island under our belt, and Bowmore up the road, what are we looking for first?
Right, so it's day one. The first challenge, bearing in mind we've already spotted 5 distilleries on the way in, is to get the Islay wave. We need at least 10 waves.
And how many are we on so far?
Yeah, before we start recording we're already on 3, so...
And we've been on the road.
Yeah, we've been on the road for
3 minutes?
5 minutes. We've got one! Hey. But it's a very Islay thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I love it. I think it's a very beautiful thing. That's a bloody tourist.
Is it a tourist? Yeah. Let down. There's another wave. We're 5 waves up.
5 waves in already.
The only problem with getting 10 waves could be the fact that we've got to see 10 cars. And,
yeah,
and are there ever 10 residents moving at the same time on Islay?
I mean, if it's a wedding, maybe.
There's another wave. That's 6 waves. Well, there's 8. Ticking them off quick.
Well, they're disappointing because that's, what was that, 4 vehicles that went past and we only got 2 waves.
50% hit rate. Obviously don't know the thing, do they? They don't know the score. Give us a wave.
Yep.
We got a wave, number 9.
If they're in a 4x4, you can guarantee to get an Islay away from.
Oh, I saw something on the horizon.
How more cars are we going to get? A number 10.
Well, here we go. Welcome to Islay. 10 distilleries, 10 challenges, 3 days to get them done. Oh, it's a 4x4. Whee!
Got 'em. That's 11.
11. Easy as that.
Easy.
Here we are then, Islay. Where better to start? Centre of the island, 1779?
1779 this one.
Arguably the earliest established distillery on Islay. Bowmore.
Today it is probably famed for its collaboration with Aston Martin. That first occurred in the year 2020. They teamed together to celebrate craftsmanship, heritage and innovation. Done a number of releases together, including an ARC 52, which is a 52-year-old whisky. Bowmore's also got quite a wide core range with a 12, 15 and 18. But Bowmore is generally described as a breakfast whisky, which sounds a little strange, but it's quite filling, kind of heavy but not too heavy. And a really great style, not too heavily peated either.
I tell you what, the bottle holder.
The bottle holder.
If I could afford
the bottle to go
£300 bottle to go in it, then the bottle holder, yes please, with the Aston Martin logo as well, with real leather. Thank you very much. No time for a tour, but that's what you get when you're only here for 3 days.
Yeah. 10 distilleries, 3 days, Bowmore done.
Well, here we are at Bruichladdich Distillery, just across the bay from Bowmore. You may well see it in the distance there. It's about 25 minutes from Bowmore to Bruichladdich. Now, Bruichladdich was founded in 1881, and like so many distilleries, had a very tumultuous past. Up until it was purchased in 2001 by Mark Rainier, the distillery had never managed more than 15 years of production. Here it is today in its bright blue glory. A huge number of releases, and of course they are famous for their Port Charlotte heavily peated and Octomore super heavily peated whiskies. However, if you're not into your smoky stuff like Dan, Bruichladdich, its own unnamed brand, if you like, is always unpeated, so no peating there whatsoever. And on top of that, they do the Botanist gin, which is one of the most highly rated gins in the world as well.
Blowing.
Bit breezy.
Challenge 2 done. Free tasting notes.
Free tasting notes. Free tasting.
Free tasting, yeah, which is pretty common to be fair. But
Yeah.
to take liberties and do a 1 versus 1 and write your notes on it.
In order to make a decision as to which Port Charlotte to buy here at Bruichladdich Distillery, we've been offered a couple of samples of the 18-year Port Charlotte and the SYC 2024 edition. So we've got them here side by side to do a little tasting. Now the 18 is, although very enjoyable, quite simplistic. Subtle smoke, barbecue sort of sweetness, some light fruit. It's smooth, simple, but not incredibly interesting. The SYC, however, really kicks in with some beautiful fruit, matched up brilliantly with that Port Charlotte signature smoky style. So I think that's the one I'll be walking home with.
Right, 10 distilleries, 3 days. Number 2. Bruichladdich.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Well, 4:45. Everybody's going to be closing up soon, aren't they? So
we're probably...
Here we are. Nearly 2 kilometres in. Dan's going strong. Is that what you call it? I'm arguably going stronger. But we can see the lighthouse just over there. Seen a bit of wildlife. It's not raining yet. It's all going good. Alright, uphill. Pick up the pace a little.
Port Ellen challenge. Run from the Maltins. Carrickfadder lighthouse.
yeah,
One of us did it. Is there a forfeit?
I mean, I think you did well for a first run in how many years? Well,
I mean, I don't know. When the buffet's open, I'll get a sprint on then. But yeah, not a lot in between.
I think you did bad at all.
I've been finally tuning the dad bod for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So, Port Ellen Distillery, the Ghost Distillery,
Back from the dead.
back from the dead, reborn in 2024, looking a bit shinier and newer.
Now, Port Ellen was originally built in 1825 and was closed many times, changed hands quite a few times. It was most recently closed in 1983. However, during that closure, it was acquired by Guinness plc, who later in 1997 merged with another company to become Diageo.
It's very new, it's very modern, it's the Henry Ford of distillery production. It's all in one room, perfect layout, very efficient, very scientific, very exciting things happening there. But it's not the ancient, run-down place you kind of expect.
Currently, the Port Ellen core range, if you like, is a twin set. Now, it's called Port Ellen Gemini, and it's 2 different whiskies, each one 44 years old, and you have to buy them as a twin set for just £45,000. That's a lot.
Jura. The sun is peeking through what is basically another overcast and rainy speckled day. And we're not content with the distilleries we've got on Islay, so we're going to get a little bonus one on Jura today.
Shorts and t-shirt weather, Dan? Yeah. Sun's out. Just have a look at that sun. And it'll be...
We'll enjoy all 6 minutes of it.
Yep. Be gone again in a second, but we are just outside Jura Distillery. Look at that.
Lunch,
Lunch,
drinks,
drinks,
done.
sorted.
Any sauces or anything at all?
Thank you. Right, bonus distillery. Another one ticked off. Brucey bonus number 11, done. And we've got another possible 3 on the north coast to tick off. And the easiest one is literally by Port Askaig at Caol Ila, right about there. Over there. Got to cross the water first, but I think we're just in time for that as well.
Come on then.
There's a rotten joke about you being single in there somewhere.
Oh. Yeah. So here we are, Caol Ila.
Caol Ila.
Not as impressive viewing it from...
No, let's have the reveal.
Built in the 1800s as, I believe it's 1846, as more of a factory style distillery than anything else. It was literally built to be a powerhouse, a real big producer of a huge amount of whisky for the blending industry. At 6.5 million litres per year, it is by far the biggest on the island, producing 10 times what Kilchoman does. Now, Caol Ila is famously now owned by Diageo, and of course provides one of the core elements of the Johnny Walker blend.
I've actually lost count already. It's day one.
Day one of it,
And I've lost count of lighthouses.
Lighthouses.
But we're going to have to check the map because we need them all. Do we count the one on the ferry in?
Yeah.
So we count the one on the ferry in?
Carafada.
No, that was the second one.
Oh yeah, there was that one
what
as
I mean?
well. Yeah.
So do we count that one?
Yeah, okay,
Then
so there's
Carafada.
that, then that. So that's 2.
Then Bruichladdich.
Bruichladdich, yeah.
Then this.
Then this.
That's 4.
That's 4.
We'll have
Maybe
to-
4 lighthouses.
Yeah, double check the map. But yeah, day 1, 4 lighthouses.
Is it lighthouses or lightheath? Plural.
Who's this?
Who's this? Oh, who's this?
Another lighthouse. I think it's going to leave us with one that we can't get. Is that the last lighthouse? That's the last lighthouse.
Yeah.
We might have got it on there.
We'll have to zoom right in.
Yeah, it will be a dot, and we'll have to overlay some fucking Google Map image of it. But that was the last lighthouse, I think. And there we are. We thought it couldn't be done. But over there in the distance, let's have a zoom. It's the final lighthouse.
Looks good from here.
Looks all right from here. Don't fancy walking to it, so this is as close as we need to get.
Challenge done.
Challenge done.
So here we are at Kilchoman Distillery, located at Rockside Farm. It's the only distillery on the island that doesn't sit by the coast. Now, it was founded in the year 2005 by Anthony Wills, so it is under independent ownership and still under his ownership today. Kilchoman have a number of core expressions. They do a Makia Bay, Saig and batch strength. On top of that, they do many expressions of limited releases featuring finishes in cognac, Casado, sherry. Pick a wine, they've probably finished a whiskey in it. This year they're celebrating their 20th anniversary, and so they've launched 4 brand new whiskies. There's 2 14 years, a 15 and an 18 year, 2 done in bourbon, one of which is 100% Islay, and then 2 done with sherry casks. So very excited to try those at some point.
Kilchoman, another one done. We're over 50%, and you've just got the
just the
one
mill bag.
small-
Just
What's the box?
that's not really anything. That's like an anniversary type thing they do.
Just been into the shop, had a little look around. That nice gentleman there.
Spent loads of money.
Still made we blagged like 700 quid out of me. Now that was for 5 700ml bottles, 5 full-on bottles, and 8 driver's drams, which were £8 each. So there's £64 to come off of that for driver's drams.
Yeah. 5 bottles of special releases as well. They're not like core
So you've
range,
got
or they're not
your
entry
locked one,
levels.
which is core expression, but it's released annually.
Yeah.
So there is a new one each year. This year is obviously 2025, and it's a 10-year. It actually has an age statement on it, and this is the first time they've put an age statement on it. So that is kind of more special, but it is less than £100. I think it's about 80 quid. The other 4 are the 20th anniversary editions.
Yeah.
And these are some of the earliest casks that Kilchoman ever put down.
Turns out they're quite good ones.
And they're good.
Yeah,
they're
turns out
really,
they're
really
quite good. Right, it seems the rain has caught us again. But there we are at Ardbeg. And if we were doing this alphabetically, this would be number 1. As it goes, this is start of day 3 mega day. That's number 6.
Founded in 1815, although illicit distilling happened on this site as early as 1798. It was founded by John McDougall, and unfortunately the distillery was mothballed later on in 1996. However, Glenmorangie Company brought the distillery back in 1997. You'll find Ardbeg at the end of the 3 distilleries path, which runs from Port Ellen village out here to Ardbeg. Now, Ardbeg is known for incredibly smoky characteristics. It's quite medicinal, lots of coastal sort of flavours. It's very much a statement whisky. It's big, it's bold, and very, very aggressive. They're proud of that fact, and they do a damn good job of it.
In terms of the Ardbeg challenge though.
Ardbeg challenge?
Yes.
Which is?
Ardbeg seem to have the most intense concentration of Scots Gaelic names.
Yeah.
Could you give us a quick rundown? What's this one?
Corryvreckan.
Vrecken.
Which is the whirlpool. That's the whirlpool.
Yeah.
Ugadal.
What?
Ugadal.
Ugadal.
Nobody says that.
What did you say? No.
Anoa. I don't know.
Come on, we need to pronounce all of these.
Well, that'd be Van.
Van? Trevan?
Trevan.
Scots Gaelic word.
That's not. That's
Eureka. Eureka. That's alright. That's not so bad.
A lot of it's made up names, isn't it?
I didn't want to say that.
Here we are at Lagavulin Distillery. Stunning white building, beautiful chimneys, blue skies, clouds just don't look in that direction. Lagavulin is known for its strong smoky style, predominantly in the Lagavulin 16, which is part of Diageo's classic malt series. Now, Diageo formed from a merger in 1997 and has looked after Lagavulin and a number of other distilleries across Scotland. Lagavulin was a core element in the White Horse blended Scotch whisky that was created by Peter Mackey. And if you can find a Lagavulin 16 year with White Horse Distillers Limited written on the label, you'll find it is very, very different to today's Lagavulin 16. So yeah, we're walking down to Lagavulin Pier now. Dan's got himself a glass of the 2022 Islay Jazz Festival 14 year, which I tried on the tour a couple of years ago and is very, very enjoyable. This is a nice little spot for a dram. Today's challenge.
Dram on a jetty.
Dram on a jetty, because that's apparently a thing.
That is the thing. That's something that was set by a impartial adjudicator that said, if you're going to Islay, these are the things you've got to attempt to achieve.
You literally said it like 30 seconds ago.
Well, I didn't say who the independent adjudicator was, did I?
Yeah, right.
It's beautiful. I actually have a new soft spot for this distillery.
Yeah.
What are we getting? We're getting seals bobbing.
There's a seal just popped up somewhere here.
Yeah, I've just seen a
There
nose
he
and a
is.
nose.
And there's another one back there.
Yeah.
I think we shall wrap this up as a number 7. Is that number
This is
7?
number 7. 10
7
distilleries,
distilleries.
3 days. Number 7.
Done.
10 distilleries, 3 days. Another distillery, another jetty. Another jetty. Welcome to Laphroaig. The entrance is a little bit underwhelming.
But it does open up here. It does open up, and you might change your mind. Certainly from the road, it doesn't have the same impact. Now, Laphroaig was founded in 1815 by Donald and Alexander Johnston. Donald's grandson, Ian Hunter, then took over in 1887. Now, Ian Hunter is famed in the Laphroaig story. There's a lot of key things that he did. One of the big things that happened during his time was prohibition in the United States. Now, it was in the 1920s and early 30s. Ian Hunter was able to market Laphroaig as a medicine, which goes along with its medicinal flavours and characteristics. But because he marketed it as medicine, he was able to ship into America during Prohibition. Today, Laphroaig is owned by Suntory Global Spirits, and it is continually known for its very smoky, peaty, medicinal characteristics.
One thing that's dead common on Islay, and across the whole of Scotland really, ancient standing stones and stone cairns. Dead common, and we figured for this challenge outside Laphroaig, we'd make our own. Oh.
So,
Yeah, a bit of a swifter one, this one, isn't it?
yeah. 10
Really?
distilleries in 3 days. This is number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8, Laphroaig, done.
9th distillery on Islay. The newest distillery on Islay. With a stunning view over Jura. The only fair challenge for this distillery with the view it's got out of that still house. As a continuation of the wildlife challenge that we did yesterday on Jura, here are 6 years of Ardnahoe.
6 years
and
of Ardnahoe.
6 wild animals of
6
Scotland
wild animals to go with them.
spotted either there or here over the last couple of days.
Ardnahoe Distillery, built in 2019, newest distillery on Islay, and it didn't actually start releasing whisky until last year. Now, they had the option to release a couple of years ago when the whisky hit 3 years and 1 day, but they decided to wait, and they released everything at 5 years old with a inaugural release to start, and then some core expressions. We've got Infinite Lock and Balsa. They're a traditional Islay distillery without the traditional Islay seaweed, peat smoke, medicinal notes. Now, behind me you'll see the traditional worm tubs. These are worm tub condensers. Ardnahoe is one of just 16 distilleries in Scotland using this older style method of condensing. That is 9 out of 10 distilleries on Islay done, and we're off to the last one, which is Bunnahabhain, and it's just down the road. So let's get to it.
Here we go, number 10.
Number 10, the last one. And here we have it, folks, number 10, Bunnahabhain. We are right at the northeast coast, at the very top of the island now. Bunnahabhain, again, built in the 1800s, Victorian buildings, built very much to provide whisky for the Victorian whisky boom, the blended whisky boom. Now they produced for people like Cutty Sark, Black Bottle, Famous Grouse, and it was much later on that single malts started being produced here. And since the new ownerships in 2013, that has been expanded on massively. On top of that, if you actually come to the distillery, you'll find some incredible hand-fill Warehouse 9 releases. So these releases are bottled on site by the staff, and they're all hand label, signatures, all of that sort of stuff. Now Bunnahabhain is famed for its sherry casks and unpeated whisky, but they do have a small number of peated options as well.
Right, one thing we definitely missed out on in 3 days on Islay, 10 distilleries, 3 days, we wanted a boat trip.
We did want a boat trip.
And the weather has been a pain in the butt. It's been on, off, on, off. I mean, moments like this, you wouldn't believe it. This is height of summer. We've got blue water, blue skies. But it did mean one of the challenges we wanted to do, which is well achievable if you're on a boat trip, is to take a selfie with a distillery from the water. From out there, in there.
Looking at the lettering, the iconic shot of the
Yeah,
distillery.
the iconic shot from the bay at the distillery. Now we're at number 10, Bunnahabhain.
Opportunity to do it.
This was the last one, and it's sunny, and the water's blue. Problem is we haven't got a boat,
So,
so what do you get?
I can't swim.
I guess that's me then. Right, here we go, we're in. Woo! A wee bit nippy. But we are into the shorts. And there we have it. Bunnahabhain, number 10. Done.
So that is it. 3 days, 10 distilleries. Your first time on Islay.
First time on Islay. What was it you said when you first came here? Once in a lifetime.
Once in a
trip.
lifetime, do it all in
Make
one
the
go.
most of it. I need to do all of it, and I'll never ever get the
return.
chance to come back.
I was back, was it 6 weeks, 5 weeks? Something daft like that. I was back in less than 2 months. And I've now been here, this is 5th trip. Because of this. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Money no object. Be back again next week.
Money no object. I'd never get on that ferry again.